today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Fields it right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game.
The former MVP in his 12th season leading. First play from scrimmage, Newton going to throw it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, a very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Newton to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 17 carries, 72 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
They run again on 1st down. Cook.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Here's Cook again.
The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Here's Newton. He dumps it off to Barkley. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Now Cousins.
Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Third and short yardage, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Cousins. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Cousins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. So that, Charles, another sack for him in his rookie year. Into double digits now is the first-round pick.
Yeah, and I think this organization struck gold when they drafted him. In fact, before the game, I saw the general manager, and all he wanted to do was sell me on all the things he needs to improve on. I think right now, he's got a big grin on his face. If he stays healthy, you're looking at a future All-Pro.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins.
Finding Hawkinson here on the out route.
Now he'll be out.
Brian Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this call. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Here's Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. On 2nd down, Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. ...44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now Newton on first down. Catch made by Slayton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The Giants had 8 and 6 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that will be incomplete as well. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins gives way to Cook. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly,
first to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now Newton. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Newton. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, it's Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Gano now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A first down throw for Cousins.
Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Buying time to his left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Cam Newton from 17 yards out.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, after the first quarter was just complete disaster for them, everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter two.
Championship effort right there. How about them marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now following the interception, here's Newton.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And the Giants are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Newton now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. a good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Then, on Sunday night, wrap up your Christmas day with a great one in the NFC, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern Time. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Cousins to throw it. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins now. This one brought in by Jefferson. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. On first down, Newton. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Here's Newton. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And now out come the Giants.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 31, Newton. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Dean Lowry showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first and 10, Newton.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Newton. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller, because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Newton to throw. Being chased out left. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Cam Newton with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Gano for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a... It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll go Madison up the middle. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Another carry now for Madison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's Cousins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing is Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Cousins. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. A run between the tackles with Breida. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 32-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Barkley, inside handoff. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Newton. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he loses the football the second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
Well, now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano, from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Cousins.
He'll get this underneath to Madison.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Cousins on 4th down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. 20, 10, 5. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Gano now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Dexter Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here's Cousins. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors.
And we are underway from Indianapolis. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Richardson now on 2nd down. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a 1st down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Richardson to the air on 1st down.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
They go play action with Richardson. Able to find his man, Woods.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Now Richardson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now it's Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And he's going to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Quiddy Pay.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Stroud on 3rd down now. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now, as he sends this one away.
It'll be a gain of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Right side complete. That's Woods.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll work down inside the 45.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Richardson on 3rd and short. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The Colts at 4 and 12 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Richardson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Richardson on 4th down.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
On 1st down, here's Stroud.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Stroud out of the gun here. That's out to the flat for Ingram.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Stroud here on 3rd and long.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over.
So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule, and that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our 2nd ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 40. 10, 5, touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
103 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor.
And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
On the handoff, Taylor.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Off play action, Richardson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Richardson off the play fake.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Taylor. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Taylor.
A beautiful fake. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and goal.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks, you speak pictures in baseball, The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Houston set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Stroud looking to throw.
They go screen. This is Ingram. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Richardson looking to throw.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Now Richardson back to throw it. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
This pass caught. It's Woods. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. This one completes Alec Pierce.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first, this one from 38. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it is the Jets who have the lead in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers carving them up with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's very much fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Richardson to throw off play action. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Forced out to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Texans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Another carry for Pierce.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Quiddy Pay
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Throwing again, it's Richardson on 2nd down. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Richardson looking to throw this. And going right back to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you...
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
Jamie Collins
credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. The second down throw now from Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Stroud. Throw left side, complete. That's Ingram. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Here's Cameron Johnston now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Second down, here's Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Richardson to the air on 1st down. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Richardson. Quick slant caught by Pierce. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Richardson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's McKenzie. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st down, Richardson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Richardson now on 2nd down. As this complete to Woods. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 148 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run here with Moss.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Zach Moss.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
The Texans on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Stroud working out of the gun.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
The throwing again is Stroud.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
On second down, it's Stroud. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
3rd and 1, Stroud.
This one complete to Ingram. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Look, do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere, but the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
Throw left side complete. That's Schultz.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. As Stroud now to throw.
Right side complete. That's Woods.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now here's Stroud on third down. Open man there is Collins, complete. And the Texans are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
up the middle. Here's Taylor.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
165 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll run with Taylor. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Richardson.
Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield, try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Stroud out of the gun here.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Again, it's Stroud.
And Woods has it complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
On first down, here's Stroud.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's Stroud. That's out to the flat for Ingram. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Indianapolis,
and they do get one final win, but it finishes off a 5-12 campaign.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Texans,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.